Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of One Piece, which is on 817. Dude, they literally nailed these scenes in the manga greatly, dude. It was so good. I was in total awe of how good they actually did it. Well done, Toei, you know? Despite the pacing issues, they actually know how to nail some scenes correctly. If anything else, let's go. After the opening and the recap of last week's episode, we have to it that Luffy is still trying to tear his arms off, apparently. And Nami was trying to tell him, you gotta stop, otherwise your arms will rip off. And Luffy says, that's the point. While we just daydream and wait for someone to save us, we're all gonna lose everything and die in the end. We're not gonna get out of here. And I do not want to end my life like that as a pirate or a man. And of course, Luffy tries to convince Nami to rip her arms off too, and Nami's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Hell no! And then Luffy's like, okay, then you stay there and I'll figure out your situation later. And Nami's like, stop it right now! I don't want you to freaking rip off your arms, you twat! And Luffy's like, stop complaining! I am not a man who's gonna die in a place like this! And freaking Luffy, dude, and Nami can only stare and scream in agony, mental agony, to see Luffy ripping his arms off, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. You know, as I mentioned in my recap of last week's episode, I actually wanted to see the scene where Luffy is trying to rip his arms off while Nami's trying to talk him out of it and she's screaming in agony. But the way how they did it with that arm ripping scene with Luffy and the stretchingness and the tit, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. They freaking made me want to cringe so hard that I couldn't stare to look because that's how agonizing it is. We have to it that Sanji wants to visit Pudding, but the door to Pudding's room will not allow him to, so Sanji went another way around, you know? And he ends up entering a balcony and about to enter Pudding's room through a window and another door. But apparently he sees Reiju there talking to Pudding, and Pudding reveals to Reiju, like, who the hell wants to marry that little punk, huh? What a pathetic lowlife. And this is where Sanji ends up realizing that this is all of a lie, and we have to it that, Pudding reveals that she is one of Mama's favorites, and you know the thing about the wedding, it's not going to be true. I'm going to be the one to kill him and massacre the rest of the Vinsmoke family. And there was a scene with Luffy Luffy trying to rip his arms off and trying to get out and being hella mad because we had to it that many episodes ago that Pudding reveals to Luffy and Nami that she's not going to marry him because he will be shot dead by me the next day in the wedding. And this is where freaking Luffy screams in total rage and agony of what Pudding just said to Luffy. And he says, freaking Pudding, that jerk. What did Sanji ever do to her? Yeah! And the scene switches back to Pudding and Reiju while Sanji is eavesdropping and hearing the whole conversation where Pudding reveals that we're going to kill Big Mom is after you guys' cloning technology. Nothing more. And we're just going to kill you guys all off the next day once the wedding starts. You can expect that very soon. And we have to it that Sanji still listens, obviously. And you know what? They nailed the scene so good and so much that I really want to beat Pudding so bad. Like, she was mocking Sanji by saying, oh, looky here, you know. Like, I hear him that he has a very bad year, and I just go, I don't give a freaking crack, you know? I don't even care. And she even says it in a mocking way, oh my god, please marry me, you are my salvation. No, can't go share. I'm like, oh my gosh, the way how they literally nailed this scene, along with the revelation of Pudding, just really, really good. Especially with that voice acting right there, and her subordinates laughing in the background, the liquid nitrogen thing, and her flying carpet thing, and the way how she mocks Sanji and so forth. Oh my gosh, it made me so mad that I just want to beat the living out of her, dude. And Sanji, while Luffy's still trying to get the hell out of there, we have to it that Sanji can only try to light up a cigarette with this lighter, and only to be wet by the rain, and he cries in total agony and sadness because it's not going to be the result he wanted. Because we all know Sanji literally sacrificed everything to try to make sure his crew and everything else would be okay, especially his father figure Zeph, you know? This is where everything is turned to shreds, which really sucks. this episode like literally nailed it. Of course, the episode ends up with Sanji trying to light up a cigarette, but only gets wet by the rain and cries in total like sadness because it's not going to be the result he wants it to be. And when it came to like the preview of the next episode, it'll be Brook up against Big Mom, which I really look forward to see how Toei Animation is going to handle that with some filler scenes, etc. Aside from that, the episode was so good, dude. I mean, Toei Animation literally nailed this scene, and I gotta give props to the voice actor who voices Pudding, Charlotte Pudding, greatly. I mean, well done on those scenes and revelations. It's just a good job. Total good job. I can't wait to see more. I mean, as long as I can keep up with these good voice acting scenes along with the music, etc., and everything else to come to the future, I'm so going to be excited for what's to come for the future of this arc, dude. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So, until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!